They want to close their ears. Because Julius Malema speak the truth. And others, they can't stand for the truth. So people are going to be like this. So listen to Julius Malema, they're not going to be putting songs of the youth of South Africa. Let me do like this, like now, on TikTok, and the youth of South Africa singing song for Julius Malema. Sing. So like what is going to happen is what is going to happen is like no one must get emotional. I know you sometimes make people emotional. But like, I don't want you to become more emotional. You know, I want us to enjoy. No emotional involved. Let's go. Let's go. My Juju commander. So here is when he was in Kenya.
When I say Amandla, you say Awet. When I say Maibu, you say E Africa. And when I say E Africa, you say Maibu. Amandla.
Amandla.
Maibu.
E Africa.
E Africa.
Maibu.
Juju, speak to your people.
Amandla. Maibu. E Africa. Speak to your people, man. This guy is big. They can say they want to say about Julius Malema. This man is big. They can say they can come and say what they want to say, but let's give them a chance.
Thank you very much, Program Director. Let me take this opportunity to send revolutionary greetings to the esteemed professor, a friend of mine and a brother, PLO Lumumba. Let me also greet our mother, the founder of this important university, Mama Martha Kasanga Mulwa, and greet your husband, wherever he is, that he left us a lasting legacy that we stand to celebrate here today.
This man is big. Malema is big, but before we allow Malema to continue, before we allow the big man to continue, the next president of this country, to continue, we need to give him a song. And if you're watching this video, stand up like now. We are going to songs now. We are going to song like now. We are going to sing song for Julius Malema.
Leadership and academic staff, Vice Chancellor, the Chancellor is here,
Malema, no.
All the staff members who are here today to celebrate with us.
Come on, oh my God, you see that now.
We also want to send.
Oh my God. Oh my God, I say like we need to welcome Malema with song. Hi Gulu. This song that we welcome Malema. SAFF. Good. This is a welcome song from the next president of this country. You as you can see, these are the youth. These are the youth that they get Malema impact them to become the next future of this country, to fight what belongs to them. And here is in Malema is in University of Kenya. Just imagine, Kenya Digital News, Malema on his own.
Our revolutionary greetings to the leadership of our province, what we call a province, I hear you call it sub-national, the governor, and all these politically elected leaders who are here today. We are really grateful for your presence. Let me also send my greetings to the Lukenya University students and members of the community, members of the media and fellow Africans. Today it feels good to be African. Right here in Kenya, a place we call our home, because all of Africa is our home. No one can ever say to me, welcome to Kenya or Lukenya or Nairobi, as if I'm a visitor.
Oh my God, so I think there's a problem of Wi-Fi. I don't know what's happening. Wi-Fi is good. I think like is the problem from their sides. And I think like South Africans, they're watching this. I wish the South Africans, they are watching this, because if you say like, when he come to Kenya, they never say like, welcome to Kenya. They say, welcome home. Because Africa is one. So like there are people who, when Malema say like, don't treat African like that. We are one people. You as South African, you belong to Kenya, you belong to Nigeria, you belong to Mozambique, and they belong here in South Africa. This is what we're always preaching about. Because you understand, when you go to your neighbors, he's going to get the love because of his going home. So he promotes this to South Africans every time. But South Africans, they don't listen. He promotes this thing every time. But they don't listen. Just imagine. Let's go. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. They don't move. Come on. They listen to you, madam. Come on. Oh my God. I don't know what should I do now. Because of like, because of when I check the Wi-Fi is good. So I don't know what's happening here. Settings. So I don't know like what's wrong, because of the Wi-Fi is good. I try to check what's happening. So Luna, you guys must travel the world. Travel Africa. Travel Africa. Stop being in offices. People are still in offices. They understand what Malema is talking about. Yeah? They don't have idea what Julius Malema is talking about. What is Amanda? Africa, Maibuye, Africa, Maibuye, Africa, Africa, let's come here. You know, like I love Malema when he speaks his mind, not really, man. That's where I enjoy Malema a lot. When like he speaks his mind, you know. When it's reading, man, I don't. Well, like when it's reading for me, it's not that vibrant. Man, where's my gum? The only gum I left, I don't see it.
Research and knowledge institution. Accordingly, our first duty is to call on sons and daughters of the continent, both based here and in the diaspora, to jealously fund this institute and ensure that it create and chart a unique Africa based on an original thought, because we have a duty to chart our own intellectual path. We are also inspired by the fact that the institute concept of Pan-Africanism includes...
Look, man, this is Africa. Look, man. The Kenyans, Kenya. Listen to this man because of his big. They invited Malema because of Malema is big. They are listening very carefully. So this, when you say like Malema is Africa, Malema is South Africa, nothing can happen to Julius Malema. You must believe me because of I talk with the proof. Look, man.
All people of African descent. That is, those in the continent, the Americas, Caribbean islands, Europe, and Asia. This is because wherever they are found, people who look like you and me continue to be treated as an inferior race. When you see a black person, when you see an African person, everywhere else in the continent, in the diaspora, and all over the world, please be kind to African people, for because they are a hated nation. Wherever they are being enslaved, they are being tortured, they are being harassed. No one shows them love. But you, as an African who claim to be a Pan-Africanist, you have a responsibility to show fellow Africans.
What are you saying? In USA, it's like, what are you saying, man? In America, it's like when you see a black man, China, America, Europe, you can mention all those places. Be kind to them. They went through a lot. Africa is rich on its own. Africa has minerals, but people are coming here to our country, our continent, to benefit, to take. Yeah? It's like when you see African man or lady in our continent, even here in Africa, be kind to them.
Love and care. The violent, genocidal, and catastrophic transatlantic slave trade and colonialism are the historical twin towers that plugged the humanity of Africans into the dark night, which to this day seem to have no end in sight. The image of the African as a black and subhuman was forged through massive and violent enslavement of millions of African people sold in the Americas as properties of white colonial settlers. In the coastal and
this is the history that they suppose they teach our black kids. This is the history that they're supposed to teach our kids. So like, what happened to our sisters? What happened to people like, you see, like my hair? What happened? This thing is African hair. This one, African hair. The one that they hide them with wigs, others they wear weaves because of the high African hair. You can't hide your African hair. It represents who you are. Your hair tells us where you come from. You understand? So like, it's very important to teach people about their history. You understand? That is very important. So like, let's move forward, and it's very important to know from where you're going. It's very, very important. So let's go. Let's go and give definitions.
Mainland villages of West Africa, through the gun, the dogs, and the spears, African communities were plundered, captured against their will, and chained like animals. At the ports of Ghana, those chained, naked, and malnourished bodies of men, women, and children were...
Just imagine, with chains, heavy chains. With heavy, I'm not talking about small chain. I talk about heavy. Our mothers, they went through that pain. When I say like heavy chains, you think I talk about small chains. I talk about the heavy chains that our sisters they were holding. But our sisters, they've been keep on suffering. Even today, their kids, they're still suffering. They consider Africa as they consider Africa as a poor Africa. While those who are, if Africa is poor, what they are doing here?
Scaled, measured, and sold for gold, silver, or livestock. They were put in those gigantic ships that crossed thousands of kilometers of the massive body of violent and cold waters of the Atlantic Ocean. Millions will not survive the dangerous voyages on sea. They will die of disease, starvation, or pure mental illness. Many will be offloaded alive, thrown into the deep waters to ease navigation during the storms of the violent seas. It is on those cold Atlantic Ocean's waters, deep in the bottom of the ocean, that many carcasses of African people, their bones lay rotten in chains and swallowed by the sea. Those who survived and on arrival in the Americas were forced to work in the different plantations of white men. From the voyage ships to the plantation, the image of an inferior African was being constructed through brutal force. Then began the violent colonial conquest for settlement aimed at our natural resources that defined our native continent. The white man sought to rule up.
You know, like it reminds me. There was this guy. I don't know, in America there, you know, they love to say like black American. Obvious, like their fathers, they're from Africa. So it happened during slavery time where they take our Africans to America to work for them. Right? So this guy said like, I don't know what this guy said to this guy. And this guy said like, we built America. He said like that. He said like that, that's what he said. He said like, we built America. He said like that, we said like, we built America. Because of they took our sisters our forefathers to work in America. I think it's the same thing that was happening in South Africa. We were like, now they stopped to make them slave. That's why we have this term called slave master. I don't like people, they use the word slave master, slave what? Because of what our parents went through, right? This guy keep busy. I'm working like now. I'm working. Hey, my Ga stream, you streaming. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Sharp. Sharp, yeah. So yeah, this is my full-time job, streaming. I was just streaming like now as we speak, and I see some voice notes here. So yeah, this guy said like, we build America. I was like, yeah, he said like, we build America. I never understand it, but like now when Julius Malema speak, I understand one dead guy say like, black people build America. Allegedly so, he's saying that allegedly so. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. Hey, my brother, me, man. No problem, man. I understand you are busy, in fact. You are always busy. Man, my December was on YouTube, man. My whole December was streaming. You know, tomorrow, I want to spend time with my family for a new year. These 20 days I've been working on YouTube because I need to get monetized, man, before January or after January. So guys, you guys love my things.
Africa, and yet designed a system of racial segregation, racial humiliation, racial abuse that lasted for many centuries. The colony,
even like now, it still exists in Lemas,
and the plantation, with the voyage slave ships in the middle, where the perfect technologies of recreating the African into a subservient being whose only survival in the modern world must always be through wide tutelage, supervision, and approval. The transatlantic slave trade, colonial conquest, and colonial rule are responsible for the zombification of the African soul and its intellectual damnification and the psychotic condition where Africa and its people cannot handle their affairs without white supervision. As both an intellectual project and a program of revolutionary change, Pan-Africanism is first the recognition of this terrible history.
Yes, before you can see Malema is reading. So before like to give him power, let's stand up. Everyone stand up. If you're watching this video, stand up. If you're watching this video, stand up. We are going to sing now. We are going to sing, stand up, and we are joining us. You are going to join us. This one is not good. Let's go here. Let's go here. We are going to sing a little bit. Wait, wait. I hope like you are standing and you are seeing this song. If an EFF member or if you from outside, make sure, oh my God, this is the future of South Africa. The youth believe that this person is going to be the next president of this country. You can see the song. No makubi, siyaya, siyaya. No more situpula, besishaya, besiboba. No makubi, siyaya, siyaya, siyaya. No. So like when I'm going to say like when I say no makubi, you're going to say siyaya, yaya, yaya, no makubi. You're going to say like Siaya, Siaya, Aish, Siaya, no makubi, Siaya, 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 Siaya. Let's go last time. Yaya, no wakuzoma, kubi. Last time. Yaya, no. When I say like Siaya, 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 no makubi. That's the part. I also want to say like no makubi, Siaya. So we're not like if you want to lead, you can lead. Let's go. Wow, man, this is so beautiful. It's very important to be in the spirit of EFF. I know, like, if you don't like EFF, I don't force you to watch me. I don't force you to take my opinion. I don't do that. I don't do that. If you do it by yourself, you love what I'm talking about, love Malema, or you want to hear what Malema is going to say, you are going to remain here and listen very carefully. But if you don't want to, I will never force you. Let's go and listen to the next president of this country, Mr. Julius Malema. To me, force you, no, I'll never do that. Me, do that, no.
Which by all definition remains a world history that has cast the African into a global identity of inferiority amongst people of the world. Pan-Africanism is never forgotten noise of the painful cries of those captured slaves whose black bodies were swallowed by the Atlantic Ocean from the slave ships. It is the agonizing cry from the brutal violence suffered by the black slaves in the sugar, cotton, and corn plantations from Georgia to Sao Paulo. Pan-Africanism is also the resounding victory from the theater of the Haitian Revolution from 1781 to 1804, led by the greatest descendant of our continent, Toussaint Louverture. Together with his patrons, they...
Look at Kenyans, man. These are Kenya youth university. They're pursuing their degrees. They're pursuing what they want to pursue. These are like the people who died, our African fathers, our sisters who died in the sea that have been captured to go to work for them. So in today's, our people are still hungry. And I ask them, why are you guys still hungry while you have natural resources and resources? Because of the education system they give them. The education system they give them make them to be only, the system they give to them make them only to be managers, not to care things by themselves, just to be managers. It's so sad. It's very sad, but it is like we have someone who's waiting for us, who's standing for us. We have someone who stands for us, Julius Malema. The world knows him. Africa worship him. South Africa worship him. You saw the youth of South Africa under EFF. And those youth are the future of this country. Wow. This is what I'm going to say. And then let's give the president of the next of this country to continue. Amandla Maebuye, Africa.
They bravely led the first and only successful slave revolution in human history, defeating a combined European force commanded by a France Napoleon Bonaparte. It is the bravery of those African former slaves who will define citizenship on a racial definition of blackness, declaring that Haiti belongs to black people regardless of the color of their skin. Pan-Africanism is also the anger emanating from the countless defeats suffered by the patrons, the brave soldiers like those of Mau Mau and Bambata rebellion, defeated at the hands of the brutal British colonial forces. It is the intellectual heritage of Marcus Garvey, W.E. Du Bois, Booker T. Washington, Harriet Tubman, Pixley Isaac Aseme, Charlotte Mateke, Winnie Mandela, Kwame Nkrumah, Seiko Tore, Julius Nyerere, Haile Selassie, C.L.R.A. James, Frantz Fanon, Thomas Sankara, and today our own Prof. Lumumba, together with us, must carry the mantle of the African Pan-Africanist cause.
Come on, guys. Wow. he mentioned those heroes who are standing. You know, like the thing I'm like, I used to say to South Africa and other I used to say to South Africans and others Africans, they say like, you South Africans, if you don't save this man, Julius Malema, you are losing a gold. That we have in South Africa, that we have in America, in the whole Africa. And his name is going to remain. His name is going to be shared. It's going to be, you're going to read books about Julius Malema. You're going to read books and the transformation he made to the youth, because they are youth like now, lots of them who think like Julius Malema, who want to fix like the way Julius Malema want to fix Africa. So like now we no longer have one Julius Malema. We have many Julius Malemas. Those like people who stand to defeat our country, to defeat those who came here to colonize us, beat us, kill us, make us our slaves. So like now, if we think like, because in South Africa there is this thing, you want to bring Julius Malema down. They do all they can to bring Julius Malema down. They thought like Julius Malema is only one. He multiplied. They are many. Now they cannot silence him. Yeah, they cannot. They cannot. Because of like now it was growing big, was growing stronger and stronger and stronger. That's what Julius Malema was doing. Julius Malema was growing stronger and stronger. During even within the youth, Julius Malema was giving impactful messages, impactful that are going to change this country. I'm talking about the next president of this country, Julius Malema. Yes. So let's give him a chance. Let's give him a chance to speak. Julius Malema, the next president of this country. This time for him to speak. Remain quiet. If there's someone making noise next to you, tell them to say like, listen, you are making noise. I listen to the next president of this country, Julius Malema. If someone is busy there and want to disturb you, listen to the official of South Africa. Tell that person you are making noise. Why?
Why waste another summer not loving your body?
With Base 44, we turn that question into a successful business.
It's the ads, guys. Make sure you watch it. So like that's why I love to download it. No mabasitula besisala besiboha no makumi siyoyo.
Pan-Africanism is a set of ideas written in chains with blood, spear, and the unforgiving guns of the sons and daughters from the Algerian Revolution to the Battle of Kutoko-Naval. It is the one-party state of Africa as a whole, as professed by Marcus Garvey. It is Ami Caesarius negritude, Kwame Nkrumah's African socialism, Steve Biko's black consciousness, Julius Nyerere Ujamaa. It is also Mbeki's African Renaissance, all based on forging a unity of African people who are formed by the same history and must seek after common destiny. It is the architectural achievement from the Pyramid of Egypt to the cities of Mapungubwe. It is the industrial invasion by Garrett Morgan, traffic lights, Frederick Jones, refrigerated trucks, and Alexandra Mars, automatic elevator doors. It is the cultural movement in jazz, R&B, reggae, funk, blues, Kwaito, Juju, Nigeria, Chimorenga, Zimbabwe, Makosa, Cameroon, and Benga, Kenya. It is the novel Things Fall Apart, The Devil on the Cross, Maru, The Trails of Brother Jeru, Songs of Solomon, and Notes of Native Son. It is the artwork of Gerald Sekoto, Chike Anyako, Oche Okeke, Edmonia Lewis, the religious movement of Bishop Lekhanyane, Manku, and Shembe, the Coptics of Egypt and the Ethiopian Orthodox Christians, as well as Islamic denominations from Tunisia, Nigeria, Kenya, all deserve a place in the rich thinking and knowledge about Africa and its people. It is true that Pan-African call has also been prophetic, carrying important cautions that those who conducted the project for the rebirth of the African continent in the post-colonial context have not heeded to. In the pages of Frantz Fanon, Ratchet of the Earth, lays a critique which, since independent in the 1950s to this day, leaders of African people have failed to give programmatic response to this call. First and foremost, the Pan-African call is a call for African unity, not cooperation, collaboration, or coexistence. Many of you...
Hi, Malema, man. Hi, Malema. So, like, most of South Africans, I don't know, like, what's wrong with them. I'm coming. Yes, as I was saying, listen, guys, very carefully. As I was saying, South African people, they don't understand the powerful when we become one. They don't understand when Africa become one, the powerful we have. They don't understand it. That's why, like, they are busy with Operation Dudula in South Africa, focusing on our African brothers. Focusing on our African brothers because of they don't understand what we have when we become one. They don't understand, they have no idea. It's like when we become one, us. They don't understand when we become one. Oh my God. When we become one, they don't understand the power we have. We are dangerous. We can now stand with USA now. Now we can stand with USA. We can stand with the big economy, China. When we become one as Africans. But if people don't understand the importance of those, what we can do, man? We can do nothing. If people don't understand that, what we can do us? Nothing. There's nothing we can do. If people don't understand the power we have as unity.
Confuse the unity of Africa to mean collaboration or cooperation. We don't want to cooperate. We don't want to collaborate. We want to be one, and being one means we must share the same vision and the same direction.
Oh my God.
Here's how developers at Perplexity and NVIDIA are prompting AI 10 times faster and prompting Cursor over 100 times a day. But type
Yet many over the past half a century have chosen cooperation which has given way to neo-colonialism. That is to say, for African leaders to continue colonialism without direct rule by colonialists. The launch of the Pan-African Institute right here in Kenya must help us intellectually to shift towards revolutionary Pan-Africanism, contribute to resolving some of the historical mistakes, blunders committed by post-liberation movements. We should state.
I wish like even like South Africans, they think South Africa and East Africa, they think like they can do it alone.
Clear here that while the formation of the Organization of African Unity was a step in the right direction, the fact that the founding conference failed to unite the African continent is a historical blunder. President Kwame Nkrumah, Seko Tore, and Emperor Haile Selassie prophetically said that the failure to unite the African continent will give rise to the neo-colonialism and that African continent will perish.
For that, let's give Malema a song. For that, let's give Malema song, man. Wow, Malema, you deserve a song from the youth of this country. Economic freedom fighter. Oh my God, guys.
He's ready. He's ready. He's ready.
He's ready. He's ready. He's ready. He's ready. He's ready. He's ready. He's ready. Ah, man, you can't change it like that. Look, man, this is the youth of South Africa. Go. So let me give Malema the last song, then we're going to give him a speech to what the speech has been saying. Ha 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 ha.
Fight, fight, come on, son. 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 Left, left, come on, son. Left, left, you know me. Shoot the poor, farmer.
Oh, this is the youth of South Africa influenced by this man who's speaking here. You understand? The influence that he brings to the youth of South Africa is on another level. It's on another level. So let's give him a chance to speak. Our next president, Julius Malema.
The revolutionary Pan-Africanist ideological and political diagnosis of the future was correct. The future is here. 50 years later, we know that we remain visitors in our own continent. We know that our resources benefit Euro-American than our own people. This is despite most African countries gaining independence from colonial rule since 1957. Massive, huge tracts of land, our mineral resources, our animals, our oceans are still owned and controlled by the colonial masters. There are no countries in the entire African continent that have gained full economic emancipation and independence. And this includes Ghana, which was the first to lead the road. Till to date, it can't claim that Africans in Ghana own the means of production.
Yeah.
In 2016 report,
Ghana. Oh man, I didn't know. Even Ghana. So like before we move forward, let's give our it's very important to put other people's opinion, because if you're watching this video and you don't want to give opinion, you are just sitting there doing nothing, not commenting, not sharing your opinion. So what will happen is I'm going to give each person time to speak. Oh my God, look at that cockroach. I need to leave this place. So I'm going to give you a chance to speak. The comment there, give chance to speak. Before we move forward, like I said, let's give the comment to see what people say about Julius Malema. Proud South African, this man loves the African nation. This man loves Africa as a whole. Honorable Malema is Kwamikuru. May Lord protect you. Julius Malema, you are intelligent, wisdom, you are the future of all African presidents. Like I said, God Almighty be with you and strengthen you every day. I love you, my brother. I wish Ruto was like pure Malema president. Sometimes there's other words I can't pronounce. Lots of love, Malema. Our African president, he has clearly read through Ruto's Western English. Julius Malema, you have educated Africans, youngers and older, whenever they do your speech. I salute you. Every speech, the youth is learning from Julius Malema. I didn't know that Honorable Julius Malema and Bruno knows each other. I admire those two people's brain. They really love Africa. This man, Julius Malema, is a true revolutionary in charge of Africa. Proud of the tallest honors upgrade Kenya there today. We have economic slavery in Africa. Thank you to the highness of being brutal with the truth. That's why people they hate Julius Malema, because he speaks the truth. When I see Malema, I see the face of Africa. I see the son of this great continent. Mau. Charismatic leader Julius Malema, a true son of the soil, devoted Pan-Africa. He's indeed extraordinary and unstoppable. Malema, you are big, man. Very big. We learn a lot. That's why, like all those videos, we're seeing the youth of South Africa singing, man. People who are going to be doctors, lawyers one day, they are under EFF. The youth, man. I'm not bluffing. If you've been watching the stream of mine, you'll understand when I say this.
Title, The New Colonialism, reveals that there are 101 British companies listed on the London Stock Exchange that control an identified 1.5 trillion US worth of resources in Africa in just 5 commodities: oil, gold, diamond, coal, and platinum. This is a very conservative figure since it includes resources listed by only some companies. Many companies do not provide the figures of the resources they control. And majority of these companies that do not tell us what they control and what they own in Africa are found in DRC, because they are the ones who fuel the divisions in DRC. They are the ones who fuel the fight in DRC, and they are stealing the resources of DRC because they know there is no proper accountability for such resources.
Before reading Paul C. Jong's book, Return to the Gospel of the Water and the Spirit, I was confused by the religious doctrines that men have made. Now, after reading this book, I realized the fallacies that lay behind these doctrines and how they were taking me to destruction.
This book, Return to the Gospel of the Water and the Spirit, will lead you to the original gospel of being born again. And
oh my God.
The War on Want report on neo-colonialism further illustrate that the fact that these 101 companies control and own the following key resources on our continent.
They don't teach our kids how to use their own resources. They don't teach our kids those things to say like this is how you can use the resources if you're in school. Why don't we teach about our kids how to use their resources so they cannot live in poverty? We have the resources that help other countries, especially outside Africa, with our own resources, and they're making millions, billions of those minerals. But they don't teach the youth about those minerals. Why is like that?
6.6 billion barrels of oil, currently worth 276 billion US dollars. They control 79.5 million ounces of gold, worth 119 billion US dollars. They control 699.3 million carats of diamonds, worth 134 billion of US dollars. 3.6 billion tons of coal, worth 216 billion US dollars. 287 million ounces of platinum, worth 305 billion US dollars. These are the numbers that reflect British neo-colonialism in the African continent.
Just imagine. Just imagine. No, guys, we need to wake up, man. We need to wake up. Just imagine the figures Julius Malema just raised like now. Because of he raised those issues, let's go to the songs now. Let's go to the youth now. These are EFL youth. Listen, Malema will be the future president of this country. They can say whatever they want. There is future for EFF. Viva, the youth should all vote for EFF. It's time for change. Steve Biko said, "You are standing to touch while you are watching the game playing." As an Indian girl, I say, Pambi in my fight. My blood is green, my blood in Kondo is easy. The only organizations for students, gumboots, this is what the youth saying. People, they're seeing the youth of this country. See like the youth of this country becoming EFF, because EFF is the future for Africans. Let's go. Zero. You show you zero. Whether you like it or not, this is the future. This is the future. This is the future. The future of EFF. Remember, they can say, man, they can say whatever they want to say. Look, dog.
Come on, son. Women, keep up. Get on there.
Look the background of this. Look the background. If you can see, the future is all EFF. If like you can say, you can say things you want to say. You can say things you want to say. What happened? You can say things you want to say. This is a youth day.
Information. Target. Kichima. Zipram Konto. Alliance. Okay, Lava. Ewaget. Santa Chile. Elaget. Shoot to kill. Yamasa. Shoot to kill. Kill away. Shoot to kill.
You leave EFF alone. I want to show you something. Fumagamnande, 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 fumagamnande. Too late. Hey, there's this trend to too information. Yamasa. Too long. This one is so nice, man. It was trending. Yama. Yama-san. Why didn't see it? Let's see this one. Theo. You leave Malema alone. You leave Malema alone. Let's give this man a chance to speak. Then after he's going to president.
Baba funda mahala South Africa siyabhadala Baba funda mahala South Africa
This the powerful leadership can focus on. Let's go, Malema. Wow, man, this was a beautiful session with the young future of this country, EFF, the youngest.
I've not spoken about what French companies are doing. The Portuguese continue to play a significant role in the economy of Mozambique and Angola. The French continue to micromanage all the countries that were their colonies, except the recent liberated zones of Mali and Burkina Faso. Comrades, the French are brutal to a point that post-colonialism, they still make certain African countries to pay colonial tax to France. The French are brutal because some of their former colonies, their reserve banks are still in France. They are not in control of their own economy, yet they claim to have an independence. We, as progressive Pan-Africanists, must fully associate with and support all revolutionary actions of fighters who are removing puppets of French imperialism from political office and power. Not all these actions are revolutionary, because we must be careful of French-sponsored coups in Africa, where we think there is a revolution taking place in Guinea-Conakry, only to find that there is a French puppet who seek to replace those who were there before. There's nothing revolutionary about the Guinea-Conakry coup. We ought to separate that there can never be a revolutionary coup that reinforces French imperialism on African soil. Anyone who comes into political office under the pretense that they are fighting a French puppet, while knowing they are the French puppet themselves, must be isolated by progressive Pan-Africanists.
Man, why we don't make this guy president? What's stopping us to make Julius Malema our president? What's stopping us, man, to make this man the next president of this country? Yeah? What's stopping us to make Julius Malema the next president of this country? What's wrong with us? Because I believe the problem is with us now. I believe we have the problem with us. What's wrong with us? That's bad.
All French soldiers and military must leave the African continent, and this also should apply to neo-colonial military bases, including the African Command Center of the USA. We don't want the army of America. We don't want the army of France here.
Tell them, Malema. Tell them, Malema, we don't want the army of America. We want to be ourselves. We want to stand for ourselves. That's what you are going to do. That's what we're going to do.
We don't want the army of anyone. We want African army on African soil.
Transform your business with Yellowfin dashboards, the best way to monitor and understand your data and drive action. How? With greater flexibility and visionary functionality, you can do things never before done in a dashboard. Yellowfin dashboard.
The Pan-Africanist Institute should therefore provide ideological, political, and technical weapons to all progressive forces of the African continent to fight against colonialism. There is a political trend that is being accepted by African heads of state and government, where one country convenes all 54 heads of African states and government. The United States of America, France, China, Russia, and United Kingdom convene all 54 heads of states and government for a meeting, and they all go following each other like Casey and Jojo. As a head of states, to listen to one head of state, 51 of them. Sometimes they disrespect them to a point where they put all 54 heads of states of Africa in a school bus to go and listen to one head of state.
So, Malema, like, they don't want us to be controlled, you know? We can listen to Julius Malema. He don't want us to be controlled. He want us to stand ourselves and not be controlled by Europeans, you understand, Chinese. He wants Africa to be one, to be united, staying together and moving forward as a country. So, like, the thing that makes me sad, the thing that makes me sad is because of how our people did not want, to run this country. Our people, they want Europeans to run this country. They have this mindset of, like, when whites leave here, we are going to suffer. They have those kind of mindset to say, like, when they're going to leave here, you're going to suffer, you're going to live like this, you're going to live. It's not like that. It's when, if we're staying together and we're pulling so hard together, we can run our own country and produce our own products and creating jobs, getting the land back. That's what we're focusing on.
What happened to these men? Because all of them, majority of them are men. What happened to these fathers who go and bow combined to one man? Even if he's Putin, why would they all follow each other and go and listen to one person? What happened to their dignity and their authority as leadership? They must have leadership qualities to know that Putin is equal to them, that China is equal to their own single country, irrespective of their size, because what matters is sovereignty. And if China recognizes that sovereignty, will respect the people.
He said, what happened to leadership? What happened to African leadership? When you're going outside to seek a clarity, how can you elect someone who cannot stand for his own people? How can you do that? Well, what's happened with your leadership? People you select. This is a good question. Good question, my man. They're going there act like son, act like yes, act like son. We're supposed to stand and believe that they are equal to Chinese. They are equal to Trump. They are equal to everyone living their own continent. But when they came to that side, they become submissive. It's not me, Julius Malema. It's not me, it's Julius Malema. Like when they go outside, people they become submissive. I never seen that. I never said Malema did say that.
President of that sovereign country as an individual. Comrade, Kwame Nkrumah noticed this when he said that neocolonialism also means the following: breaking up former large united colonial territories into a number of small non-viable states incapable of independent development. An external directed economic system and political policy, the state being obligated to take the manufactured products of the imperialist power to the exclusion of competing products from elsewhere. Payments towards the cost of running the state to ensure control over government policies, and foreign capital is used for the exploitation rather than the development of less developed regions. Governor, on my way here, we saw how the people here are working the land. We saw that there is no...
I read this stuff, Rick. I think like something happened. I think Wi-Fi. I'm sure like Malema, when they see like that side, people they're working their land, you know, like the communities, they say like we want our land back, they're working on their land. Because when you check where you come from, people they're still in the process of like the land. And it shows like they won't get the land. It shows like they're like these people they won't get their land back. You understand? It shows like these people like it shows like it'll be hard for them to get their land back. That's what is going to regret this statement because of our people in South Africa. Our people in South Africa, they just want to be workers, man. And I was like, when this guy said it, I was like, this guy doesn't respect our people. You know, I was like, why you say that? Why don't respect our people? Why don't respect our people? Then I saw by myself, so like people in this country, they don't want them in South Africa. About the thing about the land, don't include them.
Piece of land here that is not being utilized to the benefit of our people. But the question remains, where do these people sell these things? Because they can't consume all of them. Yes, they must produce to feed themselves and feed the whole Kenya and feed the continent and the world. Is the government buying food that is produced fresh from this soil, or do we have companies that are owned by white people in Nairobi who bring finished products into the land that has got products that can be bought directly from our own people? We say people must work the land. After they work the land, their own governments in Africa do not procure from those people. Because if it does not have a white color, they don't like it. Our leaders like their colonizers more than us. That's why they always seek after anything that looks like colonizers. 10 years ago, we as revolutionary activists and visionaries from south of African continent started a revolutionary socialist movement.
He's telling the truth. He's telling the truth.
And Pan-Africanist movement, the EFF, Economic Freedom Fighters. When we formed the EFF in South Africa, we told them that our organization is not for South Africa. Our organization is for all Africans.
And he's right. In South Africa, people, they get mad. They say like Julius Malema, standing with foreigners. But it's like, I want Africa to be one. Because of when we are one, we are strong. No colonizer will come here and defeat us. We will defeat them when we are one. But they get angry in South Africa. In South Africa.
And we said this.
Oh my God. Oh my God, what was made here?
We said this during xenophobic attacks of our people in South Africa, where people were being attacked because they come from outside South Africa. We chose to side with our people because we're necessitated by the fact that we love ourselves.
Come on, man, clap your hands. You are watching this video, you're not clapping your hands. Oh my God, I see a problem. I see a problem.
And if you love yourself, you'll see a person from Tanzania in you. You'll see a person from Nigeria in you, because we are one thing.
Facts. Facts, man. Wow, bravo. Yes.
We as the economic emancipation movement did not only say we are Pan-Africanist. In one of our cardinal pillars, we said South Africa must engage in massive investment of economic development in Africa. Because
come on, guys. You don't understand what does it mean. If you know what it means, clap your hands.
If you keep on saying people are coming to South Africa, are looking for jobs, are going to take jobs from us, we can stop this thing of people coming to South Africa. How do you do it? Go and build massive economic development in African countries so that people can stay where they are and they can feed themselves from where they are.
Wow. Like, you know, like, to get people who think like Julius Malema is scarce. You know, to get people like who think like Julius Malema is very scarce. Very scarce. You know, like, man, even I'm from South Africa, Malema, we are just gossiping like you and me now. Even I'm from South Africa, Julius Malema, he put all our leaders in power. Who said they're going to do things and then don't do them? Julius Malema is the only man who's bravest to put them into a place, to say like, you're saying you're going to do this. Then what happened? What stopped you to do what you said you're going to do? The only person who do that, who take the accountability in national TV is Julius Malema. This guy is a futurist. When they say like people must pay what, Malema stand. He stand. So you don't see what I'm saying, this man, because of we don't think big as there are people who think yeah, there are people who think there. Malema is a man who think there. Viva Malema. Viva Malema. Viva. Viviosti, Malema, Viviosti.
No one wants to leave his own home into some strange place. We leave our homes because we are searching for greener pastures. If there is an ESCOM in South Africa which is failing to give us electricity, but when it was well and still running according to how we wanted it, ESCOM had the capacity to electrify the whole of Africa. Why are you not going into the African continent and electrify the whole of Africa? Why is there no train that moves from Cape to Cairo, making sure that trade in Africa and movement of goods and persons is easy? Because if we do that, There's no one who can leave Lusaka to go and stay in South Africa. They can get into a train, go and do what they want to do in South Africa, and come back home and develop their own countries.
Yeah.
We must make sure.
The truth. Why? Why? They weren't able to answer. They weren't able to answer. This is what Malema is planning to do when it gets into power, especially like Africa in the air. This is his plan, you understand? To make sure we become one, to make sure like we grow together as a one people, because of we are one people. Because we are one people. So he's focusing on that to build a strong Africa. To build a strong Africa. That's where Malema focus on.
So that this Africa is linked together. We must violently demolish the borders that exist between our countries, because those are not our borders. You cannot worship a border between Tanzania and Kenya and come and sit in this hall and say you are a Pan-Africanist. A Pan-Africanist means the first task is to get rid of colonial borders so that we bring Africa together in practical terms.
Aye, Malema, aye, Malema, aye, Malema.
I don't know if President William Ruto means it, because he said so.
Aye, Malema. 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 Ah, my guys, you must leave Malema alone. You must leave Malema alone. So like this video is going to end here. I love you so much. Yeah, so like this is the end of the video. This is the man who's fighting for Africa to be one. And we learn a lot from him, you know? We learn a lot. The only thing you must do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that we can stay motivated and keep on coming so hard. Stay tuned. Bye.